has been the burning issue of the world, that teachers are working very hard. Administration inspects frequently. Parents invest huge amount of money, their time and their labor. And in the same way, students are also working very hard for achieving very good result in the exam. Even if result is still dissatisfactory. What may be the reason? Okay, let's go through the reason. Okay, reason number one, our education system. It means our examination system. You can see the picture here. This is the example of a classroom. It means here in the picture you can see monkey, penguin, elephant, fish, dog, etc. and teacher is teaching. Let's look. Teacher is teaching, though they differ from each other in terms of their species, in terms of their capacity, in terms of their strengths and weakness. This is the very good example what we can see in our classroom. It means in our classroom all these students are not same, they are different, they are just like the picture. And when we are going to provide the same thing to all of them, at that time I think it may not be acceptable for all the types of students. So we have to think very seriously before teaching them. It means teacher, in such cases, teacher do very hard work, and students, they also do hard work because of being, diverse in terms of their spaces, in terms of their abilities, in terms of their strengths and weaknesses. In spite of their very hard work and dedication, they cannot achieve. And in the same way, number two, let's look. This is a very comedy type of picture. You can see here the one person is doing very hard labor. We see टुप्पी कसेर पढ्नुपर्छ. In the same way, here the person has tried his tupi. Yes, and he is doing very hard work, but this doesn't show that he is going to get very good result from his exam. This is because this is the traditional method of learning, though time has been changed. I think before some years this method was pretty good, but nowadays, because of the influence of technical tools, it changes. I think same method may not be equally important in all the situation, so we have to change our method. And in the same way, the greatest weakness when we go inside the classroom, we just use one method, that is lecturer method, from which students only can understand 5%. And this is the pyramid you can see here. So we have to follow this pyramid. It means we have to learn how, which method is appropriate. Suppose if we are going to teach through lecturer method, at that time your student will learn only 5%. Reading student, if the students are going to read themselves, from there they will learn 10%. And if you are going to provide them audiovisual materials, at that time they will learn from 20%. And a demonstration, if you demonstrate, at that time, from there they will learn 30%. And discussion, if you engage your students in a kind of discussion, at that time they will learn from it 50%. And practice by doing, it means when students are assigned to do the work themselves, teacher is just facilitator and the students will to work themselves. And if it means if they are going to get the opportunity to practice, from there they will learn 75%. And teaching others, it means teaching others means if the students are going to get opportunity to share their knowledge, ideas to their fears, it means friends, from there they will learn 90%. It means hard work is not very important in all the time. It means smart work is very important. This chart, this pyramid shows that teacher speaks you know till 40 minutes, but students learn only 5%. Instead of doing hard work, if the teacher is going to apply smart work, it means engaging students, allowing them read, providing them audio visual, providing them opportunity to practice, sometime making them teachers, I think from there they will learn. So that we have to be very conscious while teaching. It means only hard work is not everything. Smart work is needed for bringing scenes. And then this is the 7 styles of learning. There are different types of students. Just the picture what I provided, which was related to classroom. The 7 styles of learning. There are different types of styles. So we have to find out the personalities, and then only we have to apply to those types of style, then only it will be very effective. Because all the types of people, all the types of students, all the students, they don't have the same type of personality. Some of them are shy, some of them are social. I think at first we have to recognize their personalities. Let's look at introvert, introvert, and next wallflower, debater, goal driven, protagonist, easygoing, architect, logician, commander, entrepreneur, entertainer, defender, console. These are the types of personality. First, we have to find out, we have to recognize the personality types of our students, and then only we have to use the methods mentioned here. It means 7 styles of learning will be very important here. And then, so if so, it means in spite of doing very hard labor, still we are not getting satisfactory result. Then what to do? If so, what to do? Number 1, develop rapport building. It means you have to develop the relationship with the students. Rapport building means relationship between teacher and students. Unless and until you are very closer with your students, you cannot get opportunity to understand your students. So you have to create a very friendly environment with your students, then you will get opportunity to understand with each other, and then the students will also feel easy, and then it will be very. And understand, number 2, understand them before teaching them. It means any teacher can teach the lesson, but a very rare number of teachers can understand them. This is the main problem, because you do very hard work, but your students are not understanding. Why? Because you are not knowing your students' personality type. So please, before starting to teach them, you have to understand your students. Number 3, teach skill instead of philosophy. You have to make your students technical, ideas, skill, instead of what to say, teaching philosophy, theory. Make your students creativity. And number 4, follow new taxonomy of Benjamin Bloom. Okay, this may be a very new term for you. What is new taxonomy of Benjamin Bloom? Let's look here. Okay, I don't like to read the definition, you can read yourself. Okay. Taxonomy is all about organizing and categorizing. Bloom's new taxonomy is a classificatory system used to define and distinguish of human cognition. Uh, uh, for example, thinking, learning, and understanding. It was introduced in 1956 AD. Later on, it was revised in 2001 AD. Okay. Okay, this is more about uh, Benjamin Bloom's new taxonomy. Okay, you can see here. This is the pyramid. There are different levels of higher ability. And the learning has mainly divided into lower ability and higher ability. Create. At first, remember, understand, apply, analyze, evaluate, create. And here has given some what to say description to be more clear. Okay, I think you can see yourself. I don't like to speak on it. Then, okay, this is also same thing. Okay, no problem. Okay, Bloom's taxonomy. This is the description key verbs, which will support you while evaluating, while teaching to your students. Okay, arrange, analyze. You can see here. Okay, and in the same way. Okay, this much for today. To be continued. I will come with such video next time. Thank you for your very precious time. Have a wonderful time. See you again.